Exploring animal emotions. When considering animals, it's important to reflect on what motivates our curiosity about their feelings and mental abilities. Humans, after all, are part of the animal kingdom too. However, we often separate ourselves from other creatures, imagining that humans are unique and that all other animals form a single uniform group. In reality, every animal species is distinct, with its own special traits and ways of adapting to the world. Just as people have developed unique characteristics, so have the various animals that live alongside us. Human-animal relationship. My main focus is to enhance the well-being of animals living alongside humans. This often begins with learning about how a particular species behaves in its natural environment and what their typical lifestyle entails, whether they are hunters, prey, or have other roles in their ecosystem. Understanding how animals perceive and interact with the world and what kind of information they rely on is essential. Take dogs, for example. Many people assume that a wagging tail always means a dog is happy. However, tail wagging can occur in many different situations and doesn't always indicate joy. While we often think of tail wagging as a purely visual signal, it can also serve other purposes, such as spreading scent. Dogs have scent glands near their tails, so wagging may help distribute their scent, providing information about their emotional state to others. This shows that dog communication is more complex than it might first appear, and interpreting their signals requires a deeper understanding of their natural behaviors. Decoding dog behavior. Different types of tail wagging dogs wag their tails in various ways, and each type can mean something different. For example, when a dog wags its tail more to the left side of its body, it often indicates a specific feeling or reaction. This side of wagging can reflect how the dog is feeling in that moment. Emotional states and body language. Understanding emotional cues in animals. When a dog wags its tail more to the left side, it is often linked to feelings of discomfort or negativity. In contrast, wagging more to the right side is usually connected to positive emotions. A similar pattern appears in cats. When they are uneasy, they tend to look at things with their left eye, sometimes tilting their head so that the left side leads. If something interests or attracts them, they're more likely to use their right eye. This phenomenon, where animals show a preference for one side depending on their mood, is known as lateralization. The way a dog wags its tail can also vary quick. Low wags might signal nervousness, while high, stiff wags could indicate alertness or excitement. Large, sweeping tail movements can have different meanings based on the situation. Over time, people become better at interpreting these signals, often without even realizing it. Simply living with dogs and observing their behavior helps us understand what their body language means. Interestingly, cultures where people and dogs interact closely tend to produce individuals who are more skilled at reading canine emotions. People are generally more adept at noticing broad body language than subtle facial expressions, partly because dogs use different facial muscles than humans do when expressing emotions. This makes understanding a dog's feelings a skill that improves with exposure and experience. Play behavior in dogs. Dogs often perform a movement similar to the yoga pose downward dog, known as the play bow, both with other dogs and with people. This gesture is generally seen as an invitation to play and acts as a signal to indicate friendly intentions. While it's most commonly observed during playtime, some people may not notice it as much in other situations, such as when preparing for a walk. Dogs tend to interact differently with humans than with their canine companions, but they clearly enjoy playful activities with both. Sometimes it can be difficult for people to distinguish between playful actions and more aggressive ones, since play can include behaviors like chasing, pouncing, or gentle biting that might look rough at first glance. To tell the difference, experts look for certain signs. Play signals like the play bow show that the dog wants to have fun, not fight. Dogs may switch between different playful actions, such as running, wrestling, or mock fighting, in a way that's less structured than real aggression. During play, dogs often take turns being the winner or loser, especially if there's a size or strength difference. This helps keep the game enjoyable for everyone. Larger or stronger dogs may hold back their strength, allowing smaller dogs to participate and making the play fairer. For example, a big dog might let a smaller one pull harder during tug-of-war, but show more strength if a person joins in. These playful adjustments show how dogs are sensitive to their playmates' abilities and needs, making playtime enjoyable and safe for everyone involved. It's heartwarming to see animals modify their behavior to keep the fun going and maintain positive social bonds. Empathy in dogs. This raises a broader issue. Do dogs possess empathy? Many people believe they do. Countless dog owners have noticed that when someone is feeling sad or upset, the dog often chooses to stay close rather than distance itself. There are touching examples where a dog will gently rest a paw on someone's lap or stick quietly beside them during difficult times. While we might not fully understand what the dog is feeling, these moments are often seen as acts of comfort and connection. From an evolutionary standpoint, it makes sense that animals living in social groups would develop the ability to sense and respond to the emotions of others. Being able to recognize and help alleviate distress in their companions would be beneficial for any intelligent, social species. For these reasons, it's reasonable to expect that dogs, as socially advanced animals, are capable of some form of empathy.